Welcome to this educational video about anxiety. This educational video is brought to you by Cheshire and Merseyside Rehabilitation Network. If you have any further questions about the content of this educational video, please contact your treating team who'll be more than happy to help you. Other helpful resources include the Headway website and the Brain Charity website. If you put these into Google, they should come up. What is anxiety? Anxiety and worry is how our mind and our body respond to stress. Everyone experiences different stressors in their life and will react in different ways to these. This video is intended to give you a general overview of anxiety and how it can present. Please do not use this in lieu of treatment. Anxiety is a feeling of unease, worry, or fear. Everyone feels anxious at some point in their life, so you're not alone in feeling this way. Anxiety is an umbrella term and can present in many different ways. If you feel that anxiety is stopping you from doing things that you want to do, or you feel that it's affecting your mood, please speak to your healthcare provider for further support. They can offer you treatment tailored to your specific needs. What does anxiety feel like? Here we break it down into 4 areas to look at how it can affect our mind and our body. Thoughts. We can all experience negative thoughts. I bet they won't like me anymore. I can't cope. They will think that I'm stupid. Emotions. Feeling anxious, fearful, or overwhelmed. Behaviours. Wanting to avoid things that make us anxious or escape situations. Or physical sensations. We may notice that we physically feel different when we are anxious. What causes this? In response to stress, which we all feel in different situations and in different ways, our body produces hormones, such as cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones tell our brain that we need to prepare to be aware for danger in our environment. They get our body physically ready for flight or fight, to either fight something that is threatening us or to run from danger. This was really helpful when, in historical times, we were under real threat. However, in the 21st century, many of these physical responses we feel are unhelpful in reaction to work or home stressors. It's important to remember, however, though, that anxiety is a normal response to stress, and it's a sign that your body and mind is working properly. Some anxiety is a good thing. It motivates us and keeps us safe. It gets us ready for an exam or an interview, or it stops us from going to places where we may be in danger. However, when it starts to impact our life in negative ways, or comes more often than we would like it to, then we may need some support. Again, it's really important to know that anxiety is a normal response to stress. Therefore, we're trying to manage it, not eliminate it. What does anxiety feel like? To understand this, we are going to use a simple model using the 4 areas that we spoke about earlier. If we use the example that you are at the GP surgery, you've just walked in, sat down in the waiting area, and someone sitting behind you starts to laugh very loudly. Without even trying, you start to think, what have I done? Are they laughing at me? I bet they think I look stupid. Emotionally, you feel anxious, upset, embarrassed, maybe even a bit sad. Physically, you start to feel tense and restless. You may even feel a bit sick and your heart starts racing. Your behaviour then is this. You can't concentrate. You sit and worry about why the person is laughing. You don't turn around and you avoid looking at them. And you don't hear your name being called because your mind is filled with why that person behind you is laughing. You can apply this model to any situation that would make you feel anxious. Try it yourself. Draw it out on a piece of paper with any situation that makes you feel anxious and uncomfortable. You can see how each one can trigger any of the other thoughts. No one comes first or last. Your thoughts, emotions, physical body sensations, and your behaviours are all working together to create a feeling of anxiety, which would be great if you were in real imminent danger, rather than sitting in the GP surgery. What do you think would happen if the first thought that came to your head was not, "What have I done? Are they laughing at me? I bet they think I look stupid." If you didn't interpret the situation in this way, then the resulting anxious feelings wouldn't happen. Therefore, it's really important that we recognise that it's not situations that create anxiety. It's how we interpret them. The way we view situations will either make us feel anxious or it won't. We cannot change situations. We cannot control other people, but we can control how we react to them. When we are faced with situations that are threatening, our natural response is to want to run and hide from it, or fight to ensure our safety. For our bodies to be prepared for this, lots of physical changes happen at once to prepare us, which can feel really uncomfortable. It's important to remember that these physical sensations are happening because our body is trying to protect us. When we know why these are happening, it can help us to feel more in control, and then we can manage them more effectively. You may find that you experience all of these physical symptoms, or you may find that you only experience one or two. But understanding why they happen is important. Vision. Your pupils may dilate to focus on a threat, and people can experience tunnel vision. Bodily sweats or feeling very clammy. Sweating keeps our body cool and also lubricates our joints so that we can avoid muscle cramps. This can help you run or fight in a potentially dangerous situation. Dizziness. We start to breathe quicker, which increases the oxygen in our blood, which makes us feel lightheaded. This is so we have lots of oxygen in our muscles so that they are strong. Please be aware though that if you are feeling anxious, it is very unlikely you will faint, which is a fear many people have. Fainting is due to a drop in blood pressure. So when you're feeling anxious, unless you have a specific blood phobia, you generally will not be at risk of fainting. But it will make you feel lightheaded and dizzy, and you may want to sit down for a moment. Pins and needles in the fingertips and toes. You may feel a tingling sensation or pins and needles in your fingers and toes when you become anxious. This is because the blood is flowing away from these areas to your bigger muscle groups like your arms and your legs so that you can run faster or hit harder. Muscle tension. As blood flows to your legs and arms, the muscles can become tense, and this can sometimes make them feel like they're shaking or trembling. Heartbeat. Your heart can start to beat a lot quicker and feel like it's thumping in your chest. This is because it's sending blood to your muscles, however, it can sometimes make you feel like you have jelly legs. Butterflies in your stomach or feeling sick. This occurs because your body is slowing down what it deems to be non-essential processes when you're in fight or flight, like your digestive system and saliva production, which can give you butterflies or make you feel sick, and it can also give you a dry mouth. Sudden urge to go to the bathroom. You may have experienced the sudden urge to run to the loo when you're feeling particularly anxious. This is because your bladder muscles contract in the opening of your bowels and your bladder. The body is trying to empty any waste so that you can run faster. There are different things that you can do to help yourself when you're feeling anxious. When you're feeling anxious and you have worrying thoughts, it's really important to try and confide in somebody that you trust. This will help you see the worry from another perspective, and they may even be able to help solve the problem there and then. But if they can't, at least you're not alone with your worries, and then you've someone to talk to about it. If you don't feel like you have someone close to you that you can talk to, you can always call the Samaritans. Pause the video at the end for their number. Alternatively, speak to your GP or healthcare provider and they can signpost you to services that can help support you. You can also try relaxation strategies like deep breathing. There are lots of different ways to engage in relaxation, such as mindfulness, yoga, physical activity like a walk, listening to music, or praying. A quick and useful one, if you're feeling very anxious in the moment, is deep breathing. You take a deep breath in for 3 to 4 seconds, pause, and breathe out again for 3 to 4 seconds, whatever is comfortable for you. Make sure you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Do this for 3 to 5 minutes, making every breath slow and steady. But stop if you feel uncomfortable. Make sure you find a time that suits you. You can always Google relaxation exercises for ideas and find one that suits you, as there's a huge variety out there. Thank you for listening. If you do have any questions about your own feelings of anxiety or anything discussed in this video, please contact your care team for more information. They will be more than happy to help and to support you.